Reducing the fog. Mastering reduced relative clauses. Hello, language learners. We're back with another English lesson. Today, we'll be discussing a tricky but important part of the English language. Reduced relative clauses, particularly a common issue many face. Misidentifying the relative pronoun. By the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding of how to correctly identify and use relative pronouns in reduced relative clauses. Reduced relative clauses are a compact form of relative clauses. They can make your sentences smoother and more natural. However, forming them requires a firm grasp of relative pronouns. Here's a quick refresher. Relative pronouns are words like who, which, that, and whose. They link two clauses together and provide additional information about the noun mentioned earlier. In reduced relative clauses, we often omit the relative pronoun and the verb be, making the sentence more concise. For example, the woman who is standing there is my teacher becomes the woman standing there is my teacher. One common mistake when forming reduced relative clauses is misidentifying the relative pronoun. This can lead to confusion or incorrect sentences. Remember, when you're reducing a relative clause, you need to ensure that you're removing the correct relative pronoun and accompanying be verb. Always make sure the sentence makes sense and its meaning remains clear after reduction. Let's look at an example. Incorrect. The book I'm reading it is very interesting. Correct. The book I'm reading is very interesting. In the incorrect sentence, it is misidentified as the relative pronoun, leading to an awkward sentence. However, the correct sentence omits the pronoun and flows much more smoothly. Here are some tips to help you avoid misidentifying the relative pronoun. 1. Identify the noun the relative clause is modifying. The relative pronoun always refers to a noun earlier in the sentence. Find that noun to make sure you're replacing the right word. 2. Remember that not every who, which, or that is a relative pronoun. These words can also be used in other ways in English. Make sure they're acting as a relative pronoun before you try to reduce the clause. 3. Practice. The more you use reduced relative clauses, the more comfortable you'll become at identifying and correctly using relative pronouns. Thank you for joining us for this English language lesson. We hope you now feel more confident in identifying and correctly using relative pronouns in reduced relative clauses. Remember, it's all about practice. Keep using these tips, and you'll master reduced relative clauses in no time. Until next time, happy learning!